and welcome to today's episode of the Successful Franchisee's Beautiful View, Less Than 5-Minute Leadership Takes. Now, I've been fortunate throughout all my career, starting out as a youngster with a large Fortune 250 manufacturing company, to be able to design and implement manufacturing and business systems. I was the first franchisee of Image First in 1998, and I was not their ideal franchisee. I was also able to design and implement systems for our fire department. But one of the most top 5 impressive systems that I've been a part of started back in 1983, and it was a Saturday morning in December. When Chad woke up, he was already in his basketball uniform. And because he was excited for that morning after being at the varsity basketball game the night before. You see, Chad and his second and third grade classmates were starting a new program that Coach Burgei brought in as part of his overall system for the Wauseon High School basketball. And part of Coach Burgei's overall system was to start training the fundamentals on a systematic basis at a very young age, which second and third graders were coming to the varsity gym and they got to practice on the big floor. And even better still, they got to practice with the varsity players who served as the coaches during these trainings. In addition to all that, for the next 10 Saturdays, at the end, the second and third graders were able to play a scrimmage at the halftime of the varsity game. They were all excited. Everything was great. You see, until Coach Burgei arrived on scene in 1983, Wauseon basketball was mediocre at best. Now, every once in a while, there'd be a once-in-a-generation athlete come through like Rick Volk or Bart Graf, and the basketball team would be relevant for 2 or 3 years. But Coach Burgei was brought in to bring his system and to make Wauseon a perennial powerhouse in basketball, just like they were in football and wrestling. So the players, the varsity players, along with the varsity coaches, along with the second and third grade players, met every Saturday morning for the next 10 weeks. And they practiced dribbling. They practiced passing with the W's on the tape to the basketball. They practiced defensive footwork, everything you could do that was a fundamental. And when they were practicing shooting, they even taped off the X's where Coach Burgei's system says the shots are going to be open for the varsity team as well as the second and third graders. And during halftime of the last varsity game of the year, the second and third graders got to play their scrimmage in front of their family and all of the fans that night. Now, fast forward 8 years. Chad and his classmates are sophomores and juniors. They are the first Wauseon basketball team since the early 1900s to advance to the state Final Four. The next year, during Chad's junior year, they did it again, which was also a first for Wauseon. Coach Burgei and his systems were successful because not only were they simple and they worked, but he also started training folks, the basketball players, at a young age. Wauseon basketball continues to be a powerhouse after 39 years. Even though Coach Burgei retired in 2008 as the winningest coach in Ohio, in Wauseon High School history, young Chad Burt took over the program in 2008. And in the 14 years since then, he's also gone to the state Final Four multiple times, using Coach Burgei's systems and a mix of his own, I'm sure. Now I was fortunate to be one of those 5 inaugural varsity basketball players and be able to watch this system grow right from the start. If you're interested in starting to design and implement systems for your business today, just send me an email below and I'll get back with you. Thank you for watching this episode of the Successful Franchisee's Beautiful View. And as always, stay safe and win every day.